Eléyìí tí wọ́n ń wò mí yìí, wọ́n ń dẹ mí ni pé ẹjọ́ sòkú yẹn tán. Káwọn gbèsè tó fẹ́ gbé. Màá dẹ̀ gbé gbèsè. Èèyàn mọ̀ ṣẹ́ fọlọ́sẹ̀lú ọmọ wẹ̀mí ẹ̀ ẹ̀rọ. Olóṣèlú bá ń ṣiṣẹ́ bá ń ṣẹ́ fọlọ́sẹ̀lú. Tàwọn tó ń ṣẹ́ fọlọ́sẹ̀lú kọ́ pààyàn kò sí tí ó ṣe wọn. Pépà ò ní gbé. Pépà tó bá gbé ọ̀daràn. Bọ̀ tí Sunday bá gbá ẹ̀ létí sìn. Wọ́n sáré fa ara pé ẹ lọ mú wa. Mo kú ìyá mi ní ọ̀ndẹ̀rù bá mi. Mo ti wá dé padà.
There are people who are fearful for Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, aka Sunday Igboho Osha. They are afraid because Sunday Igboho is back to his father's land. He has started speaking, he has started saying things, just like how he started in the past. Sunday Igboho came back to bury his mother and he gave an emotional speech during the burial and after the burial. But on the street, Sunday Igboho is back. You're about to hear some of the words of Sunday Adeyemo Igboho. It is still Yoruba Nation and nothing more. Yoruba Nation, and end to the infiltration of aliens. Some of them are called Fulani herdsmen. They are called bandits. They are called terrorists in the southwest of Nigeria. In Yoruba land, precisely. Hell is about to break loose once again. And this time around, I do not know what will become of those that will stand on the way of Yoruba Nation or those that will stand on the way of justice. What is justice? You're about to hear some of this from Sunday Adeyemo Igboho. But before we proceed, like and share, tap on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. To the returning subscribers and those that have been here, I say a very big thank you for returning and for being here. To encourage this channel to grow more, kindly tap on the thanks button. Yoruba Nation, Yoruba Nation, Yoruba Nation, Yoruba Nation. That is the stand of Sunday Igboho. And of course, end to impunity, end to the ravaging rascality of certain groups of people called herdsmen.
Ṣùgbọ́n tí èèyàn máa ń jagun tí wà lójú ogun. Ẹ má yìnbọn mọ́. Báńjà ni ìjọba wà nínú ojú ogun. Ẹnikẹ́ni wọ́n yìí máa ń jà mọ́. A máa sọ fún wọn tí ẹ bá wà nínú ojú ogun. Ìyẹn gbọ́dọ̀ ìjọba yẹn bá ṣẹlẹ̀. Ogun gbọ́dọ̀ farabalẹ̀. Wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé wọ́n á farabalẹ̀. Ọlọ́run ní bẹ́ẹ̀ni kọ̀ọ̀kan yín láàmú. Ọlọ́run ní bẹ́ẹ̀ni kọ̀ọ̀kan yín láàmú. Gbogbo àwọn bá wá lè Yorùbá Ọlọ́run ní bẹ́ẹ̀ni láàmú. Ẹ má pariwo. Àsìkò ọpẹ́ la wà. Àwọn dúpẹ́. Mo ń bọ̀ sí mo ń bọ̀. Ìyẹn tó pẹ́. Torí pé ogun tí ó kọjá lọ, ọjọ́ ẹ̀mí wa lọ. Ọlọ́run ló yọ wá. Ọlọ́run ló yọ gbogbo wa. Ọlọ́run àjọ jáde. Pàápàá jùlọ èmi, Ọlọ́run ló yọ mí. Ebi ilé ọ̀hún la wà ilé ni. Òní ni 24. Àbí? Ọjọ́ Sátidé. 2024. Ọlọ́run ni ó kó mi yọ. Torí pé èrò ọ̀tá ni pé kí n kú ní July 4. Kódà àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ń bẹ nú ẹ̀. Ọlọ́run fi ra ẹ̀ka pé ẹ̀yin ènìyàn lẹ́yìn èmi lọ́lọ́run. Gbogbo ogun tó kẹ́ gbé ti ọmọ yẹn tó bẹ́ sí ní Jẹ́rùbá. Èmi á kó ẹ̀mí ẹ̀. Kálukú sọ tiẹ̀, ọ̀kẹ́ lápá, ọ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́sẹ̀, ọ̀bẹ ń fún àwọn ìsọlọ́run. Gbogbo tó wà wọ́n kan mọ́ òun. Ohun táwa ń sọ fún wọn ni pé ìyà ń jẹ Yorùbá. Ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo tá à ń wí lánàá yẹn, ẹ jẹ́ ká pa ọkọ̀ méjì káwọn Fúlàní pa wá mọ́. Ṣé àwọn bàbá náà ti rí ń sè é? Ohun tá à ń wí, wọ́n ti rí. Fúlàní ò lè mọ dẹ́rùbà wá, wọn ò lè mọ tẹ́tì wá. Ohun tí wọ́n ń dẹ́rùbà mi nù ọkàn mi tẹ́lẹ̀, òun ló kú ìyá mi. Mo ti wá sí ìyá mi tán. Ẹni sùúrù náà. Mo ti sí ìyá mi tán. ó ń fọ́nu ní ó ń ṣègbè ẹlẹ́nu ní ẹnu rẹ̀ ń wúgẹ̀tì ní torí pé wọn ò ní làákàyè ìlàjì ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi yẹn tí làtà ìbá ṣe wọ́n parẹ́ nu ayé ni èyí ò dẹ̀ kí gbé yóò di ìjagun gbogbo eléyìí tọ́lọ́run ni mo ti sọ fún wọn lánàá ní church níwájú àwọn pásọ yẹn nígbà táwọn kan gbà wọn rí náà pé wọ́n wá jólè mi wọ́n ní wọ́n jó tà kọ́kọ́ náà ẹjọ́ wọn wá jólè kú ẹ bá wọn náà bàjẹ́ kú wọ́n lè jó wọn ò lè jọ́ lọ́hùn wọn ò dẹ̀ lè jó ẹ̀mí mi lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run àwọn kan náà lẹ̀ mí mi Ọlọ́run ló ní ọjọ́ tí ń kú Ọlọ́run lọ́mọ so mo dúpẹ́ lọ gbogbo yín mo ti sìn yá mi tán mo ló dẹ́rù bà mí torí mo bá Ọlọ́run dáná jẹ mi pé Ọlọ́run gbà fún mi kí n sìn yá mi kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá wá dúró tì mí ayé yẹ yá mi ayé ti yẹ yá mi ọ̀rẹ́ dì jáde yá mi èèyàn ló bímọ tí ò tọ́ Ọlọ́run wá tún rí èrò lẹ́yìn mi nígbà tí yá mi tó ń bá kú ó sọ fún ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ó ní sọ fún Sunday kó gbé mi káàkiri gbogbo Ìgbòho ó ní padà kó jóun nìkan àtẹ̀yìn ẹ̀gbọ́n rẹ̀ àtàbúrò rẹ̀ tẹ̀lé lẹ́yìn ẹ bá bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn oníjà ṣẹfẹ́ kú ni ó ní mi ń kú mọ̀ nǹkan sọ ni pé Sunday ó dé báyìí àwọn làmì olùsùnbọ̀n mọ̀ ẹ sáfàrà balẹ̀ gbọ́ mi àǹtí mi ló tọ́ sọ kẹ́yìn fóun nìyẹn mo fi sọ gbọ́dọ̀ ẹ lọ gbèsè mọ́tò àti ó ń fẹ́ pé kán símọ́ mi jọ yẹn pé kí lè fẹ́ mọ wéṣẹ̀ lẹ́mọ̀ wé mọ́ dá mọ́ mi láàmú ẹ jíkẹ́ mi rẹ̀ lọ sùn kí bọ̀ ara rẹ̀ èmi ti lọ ẹ jíkẹ́ ara rẹ̀ lọ sùn kọ́kàn rẹ̀ lè balẹ̀ wọ́n á ní mọ̀mọ́ mi sọ pé ẹ sọ fún Sunday o tóun bá ti kú kó gbé òun káàkiri Ìgbòho inú ilé mi bí lẹ́ẹ̀kí ń sin sí mọ̀ ń sọ fún rẹ̀ kó tó kú pé ẹni kó gbé òkú òun káàkiri Ìgbòho kọ́ dẹ̀ sùn sínú ilé bàbá rẹ̀ Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ wà ó fi pọ́n mi lé ó fi gbogbo ọba àtàwọn àgbààgbà Yorùbá pọ́n mi lé Ọlọ́run níjọ́ bá fẹ́ ní pọ̀ nípa jẹ́ fún mi ó lè mọ iye àwọn èèyàn ọmọ mọ̀ yí pé ó yí Ọlọ́run tó ní mi yí pé àwọn bàbá mi kan bẹ tí wọ́n ní bí ìjọba bá láwọn fún ẹ ní amnesty àwọn tọrọ amnesty fún ní ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn àgbààgbà Yorùbá ìjọba fún mi ní amnesty o orí igbá mo dúró sí o mo mọ̀ bí ẹ máa tàn mí mi ní tanra mi wọ́n mọ̀ pé ìjọba ò sí pẹ̀lú mi Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ rí mi kò sí pẹ̀lú mi wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ mi ṣùgbọ́n wọn ò lè ọba tí ń sọ Olódùmarè orí ẹ̀mí mi Olódùmarè ló ní ohun tí ń dẹ́rù bà mí òun ló kú ìyá mi tó bá fẹ́ pa mí sìn wọ́n free. ṣùgbọ́n kí n tó kú wọ́n mọ̀ pọ̀ because àwọn bàbá ní tí oúnjẹ bá ti wọnú ìṣẹ́bùṣe àwọn bàbá náà sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ohun tó jẹ́ bá ti kó ònú ìṣẹ́ ti bùṣe ókè náà ó jẹ́ wọlá nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ń sìn sáàlì lóko sáàlì lódò àlè lọ wọ́n máa ń pa àwọn bàbá wa lẹ́kìtì wọ́n láwọn kó sọ́jà wá bẹ̀ àwọn sọ́jà tó yẹ pé nígbà tí Buhari wà ń bẹ̀ tó ti fún àwọn Boko Haram ní amnesty 5,000 tó ní kàn wọnú oko yẹn lọ tán ti ń ṣe ohun tó wù wọ́n á kó wọn sínú sọ́jà olóòfin ọlọ́wọ́n á kó wọn sínú sọ́jà kó wọn sínú gbogbo ẹ̀ àwọn náà ni wọ́n á rán kó wọn sékìtì nídìí wọn àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá fúnra wa táwọn bàbá wa bá ti fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú wa àá ti ṣètò yẹ ká sí Fúlàní ó kó lórí ilẹ̀ wa ara ìdá oko wa bàbá ti wá lé wọn kó òun oko wa tán tá ara ìdàkọ á wá sọ pé next step kí ló tó kù step by step lọ́rọ̀ ilé ayé ẹjẹ àfọgbọ́n jagun àkọ́kọ́ lé Fúlàní kó òun oko wa Tinubu wa ó mọ̀ tálàfẹ́ ó sì wà.
Welcome back. Now, what suggestion, advice do you have for Sunday Adeyemo Igboho? There are people who are afraid for Sunday Igboho. They believe that the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not tolerate any form of insurrection, any form of protest or demand for Yoruba nation. Neither are they going to accept any form of protest / occupation of the forest by freedom fighters and all of that. But a sensible government will work hand in hand. After all, in countries where they have such challenges, they have local police, they have civilian police, they have those that will work hand in hand with the police. Look at these criminals. Bola Ahmed Tinubu cannot say. In fact, he said it before he became president. He knows that the attack on citizens by these aliens is just, it is something that you cannot just contain it. The other time someone came back from abroad wanting to begin farmland and invest in his father's land. His life was cut short. Sunday Igboho has made it clear that it is going to be wisdom, and I think that is what he needs to apply at this moment. How can you have acres of land, hectares of land, and you wish to start farming, and some aliens somewhere, they grab you, kidnap you, they rape old women, rape old young ladies, they do all sort of terrible things, all in a bid to make sure that nobody is safe, all in a bid to make sure that agriculture in the south of Nigeria is non-existent, so that the southerners will depend solely on the north for food. That is the ploy. That is the trick. It's just bad, so bad. But I want to see the action of Bola Ahmed Tinubu on this. I want to see the approach of Bola Ahmed Tinubu on this. In the southeast of Nigeria, we have Nnamdi Kanu. Somehow, Nnamdi Kanu was played out. He was played, according to the report that we heard, by his own people. They presented a lady that was willing to put in millions of dollars into the quest for actualization of Biafra. Nnamdi Kanu left Europe, came down to Kenya. They tricked him with a woman with money, and they grabbed him with whatever it is that they connected over there, the Kenya secret police. They said he's a terrorist. They grabbed him and they brought him back to Nigeria. Till today, regardless of court ruling, Nnamdi Kanu is still in the custody of the DSS. His health is failing. They do not want to release him. Obviously, if Nnamdi Kanu is released, it's either he goes in the pathway of Nwanzurike, who was arrested in the same fashion, or he will continue to press and push for the liberation of Biafra, even though they also have their internal crisis too. There are those who say we are not part of Biafra. Nnamdi Kanu as well can, continue to clamor for Igbo land. At least I think, the southeast, we have about 5 states that are Igbo speakers, so they can as well stick together and form one. Sunday Igboho is saying never going back. He said he's not relenting, and that this is going to be a do or die affair. He's ready. I just want him to apply wisdom in this, so it will not appear like, oh, a Yoruba man is there. Now, even though the Yoruba man has nothing to offer per se, people have this idea, thought that once you have someone from your region heading a particular position, such as presidency, it will be okay for you. Look at what is happening in the northern part of Nigeria. Apart from some of them stealing, looting, apart from the looting, apart from Buhari opening the doors to his people, apart from Buhari trying to extend some form of financial assistance to Niger, where he claims his relatives are from, apart from opening the doors and caring less, opening the doors to his people to come in to invade. Apart from that, what is it in the north of Nigeria that you can look at and say, oh, yeah, these people, it made their lives better? The thing is this: the price of bread in the north, in the south, is not different. Poverty, suffering, it is the same. So let us face this as human beings, that lawlessness, wickedness, evil should not thrive in our society. That is what it is. That is what Sunday Igboho stands for. And that is what every well-meaning, every wise, intelligent person should stand for. Like, no, we care less if you're a northerner. We care less if you're a southerner. What we want is equal rights, justice. That is what we want. That is what we want, and that is what it is supposed to be. That is it. They invaded his home. Now he has made it clear that amnesty has not been granted to him, but certain royal fathers have come together to say, look, we will seek for this for you, nothing. And that is what we are talking about. If everyone can come together, not that people will run away when at the sound of the first bullet. If people can come together, we'll be able to tackle these things. Now, talking about Yoruba Nation, breakup of Nigeria, total dissolution of Nigeria. Some have advised Sunday Igboho not to even talk about Yoruba nation at this time. That is what those politicians are afraid of. They do not want any breakup of Nigeria because it's not going to. They are not going to make profit the way they are making profit. The way Nigeria is so destabilized, so unorganized, and big and large for nothing. That is what they want. They want to be able to move around, still here, grab here. But once you begin to put things together, once everything begins to fall in place, they will not be able to perpetrate their wicked acts. And they don't want it. They don't want that. They don't want that. They don't want you to get it right. Now, I've always said it and I will repeat it, that breakup of Nigeria is not the only solution. That is not the total solution to we getting it right. No. It's just a step towards progress. Because it's like breaking cancer into smaller bits. That's what it is. We need to deal with that thing inside of us, the norm, the system. Are we going to now change because we've broken? Are we talking about the physical breakup? Is that what will change Nigeria or change us as individuals? Or we are talking about a more complex thing. There is something that has made you who you are, and it's a collective thing. You have to deal with these things inwards. You have to deal with it inwards. It's an internal thing. That is what makes you Nigeria. That thing inside of you that makes you think the way you think, that makes you behave the way you behave. The norm. What you see as okay. What makes you that typical Nigerian. That is what needs to be dealt with. That is what needs to be dealt with. That's what needs to be dealt with. I'm not saying that breakup of Nigeria will not progress those that break. It will. People will be able to grow at their own, rate and speed, and they will be able to manifest themselves how they are supposed to. They will have a common goal, collective goal. Even though there might be some crisis internal here and there, struggle among ethnic groups, but at least they will be able to discover. Because breakup of Nigeria will not just be breaking up into tribes. There will still be internal breakup. There are those who will be like, no, we want to form our own union because we speak the same language, we have the same common ancestors. You begin to hear these things. Then you hear some people say they are not Yorubas, which is true. Not everyone is Yoruba. Even though the Yoruba thing, it's like a collective thing, like, okay, we are all Yorubas, we speak similar dialect. There are those who say, no, we are not from Oduduwa. And it is true, not everyone has Oduduwa as his ancestor. It's not possible. Oduduwa could never possible to have, at least Oduduwa from history met some other people too. Who are those people? Are they Hausas? No. So these things should transcend beyond ethnicity and tribe. We should talk about humanity here. And if breakup is a solution, well, it should be embraced. But first, what about this insecurity? You can't go to your farms, you cannot travel. You are either kidnapped, your farms are destroyed. What is this rubbish? What is this nonsense? It's time for Bola Ahmed to stand up to the task. Because at the end of the day, I know they have security. Bola Ahmed Tinubu will never ever think of himself being kidnapped. He has an entourage of security always around him 24 hours. And if they are to kidnap Bola Ahmed Tinubu, even before he became president, hell will break loose. But now it is even more difficult. Look at the ex-president, Buhari. Imagine Buhari is kidnapped in Daura. I know he has serious security, but imagine he is kidnapped. They will never kidnap Buhari. They won't kidnap Buhari because they know if Buhari is kidnapped, the whole of the Sambisa thing, both those that are terrorists, bandit, not terrorists, they will be wiped out. So those people know what they are doing. That is the reason why this needs to be nipped now and put to an end. What are your thoughts? What are your suggestions? What are your advice for Sunday Igboho at this time? Drop it in the comment section. See you guys in the next update.